First, it was the snow, then the ice, then the rain, and now the floods. Some local rivers have been spilling over their banks today after a spring storm that poured a lot of precipitation onto us. It was all too much for some local waterways along the Grand River watershed and beyond. Let's go to CTV's Jeff Pickel now, who's joining us live from Riverside Park in Cambridge. Well, Jeff, that is where we saw some of the worst flooding in the area earlier today. What is the situation like there around you now?
Tony, still pretty bad here. It's probably actually best if I just kind of get out of the way to show you the situation here at Riverside Park. So there's about, I would say, a solid football field's worth of flooding, about 100 meters off the river's edge there. It's hard to even tell where the river begins. You can see there's some playground equipment underground, swings touching the water, some fences and benches underwater. Now, this area does flood quite often, but people we spoke with today said they've never seen it this bad before. From snow, ice, and rain to the melt and then the flood. At Riverside Park in Cambridge,
behind those, that's where the river's supposed to be.
People couldn't believe their eyes.
I wasn't even sure what I was seeing at first. I didn't even realize how bad it was until I got up to take a closer look.
On Monday of this week, the park looking like a normal park in spring. But today, that same area completely submerged.
I've never seen it like this before. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry up.
Even for park regulars, this is new.
I've never, ever seen water like this, ever. It's just a phenomenon.
Definitely it's a little higher, I would say, than a lot of times that we've seen it. Pretty much every spring we get a little bit of flooding through the park. This year seems a little higher.
The Grand River Conservation Authority issued a flood warning for Kitchener, Cambridge, Ayr, New Hamburg, Grand Valley, Waldemar, Drayton, and Conestoga. And also a flood zone 2 warning for West Montrose, meaning additional areas of that community can expect flooding. Many in the region woke up to an early warning about the floods on their phones.
An important message from Alert Waterloo Region. The Grand River Conservation Authority has issued a flood warning for the city of Kitchener.
The subscription-based alert that sends out a warning on behalf of municipalities is built for occasions like this.
So they'll monitor all of these events closely, including what's going on with GRCA, and deliver those messages locally right to residents that need them the most.
The region says it's a useful tool to get specific local information to residents.
They can get information directly from the local municipalities and emergency management with detail that's important and near and dear to them.
So far, no injuries or issues have been reported.
The ducks are enjoying paddling through everything.
Just people and animals enjoying a spectacle of nature. Now, the Grand River Conservation Authority was unavailable for comment today, but messaging that they've sent out on their website says they were anticipating the banks in many areas to flood over around midday today. So certainly those flood warnings still in effect for all those communities listed earlier. And as much as people like coming out, taking a look and watching the flooding, looking at the flooding, still want to be very careful around these waterways, particularly if you have kids or pets around this area. It still is quite a dangerous situation. Tony.
Yeah, those images tell quite a story there. Okay, CTV's Jeff Pickel live with us at a flooded Riverside Park in Cambridge. Appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you.